take a moment and read this and think about what it means. I first ran into this quote back in the 1980s when I read a book called The Great Thoughts by a man named George Seldes, who wrote this book, who compiled this book when he was in his 90s. It was the sum of a lifetime of reading from a man who loved to read. Just a fabulous book of quotes from other individuals. And this one struck home. And today, it seems more relevant than anything. As I sit here and ponder the last 6 weeks of school, how do I make a difference in your lives? How do I do something that will impact you? Hopefully for the rest of your lives. I know. It's just a class. It's just an elective. It's just digital arts. And for some of you, that's true. And for others, maybe it does impact. But the fact is, school sucks. Overall, generally, it sucks the way it's taught. You want me to bellow the truth? Then school sucks. And also, we need to fix it. And we, as in you and I, look, it's not going to come from the top down. We've seen presidential politics in education through Republicans and Democrats. Talk about sucking. Both parties, their education secretaries have sucked. You want this fixed? It's going to come from us. It's going to come from the students and teachers who give a darn. Yeah, well, you know what I mean to say. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So for the next 6 weeks, we are going to work to fix it. Oh, you're going to work on projects and there's going to be other quests, but we're not going to let go of this idea that we're going to make a difference. I got a meeting on Wednesday. Yet another meeting with the same administrators who've shut me down for the past 10 years. I will not give up. I will continue to have these meetings. And it's going to be with Valhalla administration and with CTE administration. And I am going to fight for the right to have my students work on 21st century projects like the Bone Health Project, like Game On, like everything else we're trying to do that isn't drawing a car or Kobe Bryant or some other complete and utter waste of time. You want school to change? You have to embrace the notion that what you do makes a difference. And drawing a car does not make a difference. We need to work on real world projects. We need to do things that help to fix this problem. You think school sucks? You want to complain the rest of your life, or do you want to do something about it? Well, there's your challenge. This is what I'm up to. This is what the next 6 weeks are all about for me. And no, we can't do it day in and day out because we're going to be working on other things. But hopefully, you will take this opportunity to embrace projects with a purpose. Do you understand? And for those of you who don't, I'll address that in the daily quest, in the 411, and we'll just move on with it. All right. Last but not least, here, unless there is radical change, is the layout of our new classroom. And yeah, there are a couple small changes. This moved upward a little bit, moved my desk back a little bit. This is going to be really crowded back here. And the big one, thank you, Drew, for 6-footers across the back of the room. The reason we're not going to remove this one and put a T here or any of the other suggestions, and there were a lot of good ones, is simply because this is going to be a claustrophobic room if we try to pack in too much. As it stands with this, we'll be able to walk around the room. We'll have some breathing space. We'll be able to open these doors. It will be a room that we can survive in for a year. And we're going to cover the walls with art, and we're going to make this dismal, dilapidated room into something remarkable for 1 year. And yeah, I'm probably going to need some help over the summer. We'll talk about that as this year goes on, the last part of this year. But this is where we're going to make a difference next year before we move on to the new Mac Lab. I just want to leave you. This is on the front page too. You can go ahead and check it out. You don't have to play this video back. This quote, so powerful. You know, either speak up or take your place as an accomplice. Man, this is just a scary thought to embrace. But good for Charles for laying it on the line. Thank you very much.